Alright, the final goal of stage 6. Still running with the 17 upgrades that I've gotten up till this point. A lot of gold upgrades put on this car in this stage. And yeah, this last goal was a pretty tough one to crack. Of course, you gotta finish each lap basically in odd number position, like first, third, fifth, seventh, and so on. And of course you gotta win at the end of the fourth lap. And the only way I was able to pull this off is making sure that I knock out Michael right here before we head out into the outer rim section of the circuit. Because if Michael heads out there first, then my chance of completing this goal is pretty much out the window. So you don't necessarily have to come out here in first place. You can have Norm take the lead, or really anybody else, I think. But if you let Michael take the lead, then your chance of making it through this goal is very, very slim, if at all. So you notice in the straight section, the other cars can overtake you. Because Brabham, at least with the number of upgrades that I have on this car, which is essentially 3 upgrades on all the elements that deal with the speed and acceleration. So they can, overpower you. Where you gotta overpower them is through the corners, basically. Brabham does have better grip than the competitors here, certainly compared to the bots that we're racing against. Because, who are we kidding? If any competent racer was using those cars to race on this track and we have the same goal, yeah, Brabham would not have a chance of coming out ahead at the end of these 4 laps. So, yeah, pretty much if you want a simpler description of the goal then it is make sure you knock out Michael off the lead before you come out on this speedway section, the outer rim of the circuit in lap 1. So yeah, and then for good safety measure, I am cutting through the chicane on the outer rim here, because it takes Brabham a while to bring that speedometer needle up high. In this set of cars, as you can see, the Santos in FXXK is already right on my tail, even though, I don't even remember where Santos was at the beginning of the race. He overtook Norm, and now he's right on my tail already. And of course, bots don't cut corners typically, at least certainly not as egregiously as I have been here. So yeah, he's staying pretty close. So if I, didn't cut through the chicane, he would be significantly closer, which means I'd have to essentially pit him. But if I don't have to, I don't want to take extra risk. Let me put it that way, because we all know, who are we kidding? I love pitting opponents. Anyway, there's a bit of unpredictable steering when you go through the grass area, like cut through the chicane there. One of the things that helps control the car is if you let up on gas, then it's easier to steer and make sure you come out facing the right direction that you want the car to be facing. So yep, Santos still right on my tail. Try to pit me maybe. Not quite that aggressive there, so you had your chance. And alright, he got pushed out to P3, looks like, or something. Now we got a new P2, Ivanov. Let's see. Was he also in FXXK Evo? It's gotta be, because what other car can... I mean, in this grid, I don't think there's other... I think that's definitely the top dog. FXXK Evo, yep. That's, yeah, that's 2 FXXK Evos on my tail now. So, when you're trying to pit your opponents, if 2 cars kind of form a train and they get right behind you, it becomes very difficult to pit both of them. So, it's probably best that I cut right through the chicane and just keep my safe lead here as we are wrapping up this goal. Finally, as this was a tough challenge. But, well, there we go. Somehow figured out a way around to get through. But yeah, this final stage did cost me a lot of gold. Yikes. Alright, so some 5,000 fame points for that effort. Alright. Whew. Yeah, not able to set the best lap still. I mean, yeah, that pretty much says all you need to know how this goal goes. So, alright, put the car in for service. We got 3 upgrades across pretty much everything except the 2 elements, suspension and brakes. Those, of course, don't deal with the top speed or acceleration, so I felt like that was not necessary. So we'll see how the final stage goes. But for now, let's collect the reward for stage 6 completion. Whopping 15 gold after, oh boy, this stage costed me some 280 gold for those upgrades that I needed to get past here. The ones that I mentioned, the ones that deal with the top speed and acceleration, right? So, alright, well, I guess it's not for nothing. But anyway, that will do it for this video and this stage. So stay tuned as I make my attempt to complete the final stage.